Big face-off over the Tirupati Laddu. The CBI charge sheet in the case indicting the ousted YSRCP government for procuring adulterated ghee and alleged scam in the procurement process, the SIT charge sheet, has sparked off a sharp exchange in the state as it does not explicitly vindicate the allegations of animal fat that was made. While the YSRCP has questioned the basis for the allegation that was made when the issue erupted, the TDP has hit back, Vasudha, arguing that the core of the allegations of adulteration and corruption has been absolutely vindicated. This is a contentious and emotional issue, Vasudha, one which has multiple connotations, but ultimately the charges of corruption and the adulteration has been vindicated that was made in the SIT, in the investigations that have ensued since.
Absolutely. It's a hugely emotional topic for the people of Andhra and Telangana. This is about 20 crore laddus, Veera. And the TDP is very clear that while the report also says that there was no animal fat, it also makes it very clear that there was no ghee. So clearly there was adulteration. And more importantly, there's this chemical cocktail that we need to also talk about. They say that, all this dilution happened only after the rules of the tendering process was changed under YSRCP. So several questions there, even as YSRCP is accusing Chandrababu Naidu, the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, of politicizing the matter. But remember, he went by the report of the NDTV, which has still not been questioned by YSRCP.
That's right. Joining us this evening for a quick face-off, Vasudha, is Deepak Gunapati Reddy of the National Spokesperson of the TDP, Karthik Yella Pragada, National Spokesperson of the YSRCP. Thanks to both of you for joining us. Karthik Yella Pragada, while you all are claiming a clean chit, the fact is that while there is no explicit mention of animal fat and that's conceded, the fact is that the corruption allegations and the allegations of adulteration seems to be vindicated in the charge sheet.
Yeah, let me take that question. So to start with, if there is ever a textbook definition of how to do politics in the name of God, that is Mr. Naidu in our state. He didn't just hurt the sentiments of our state, but the entire nation. This is very sensitive topic. You got to allow me a couple of minutes to chronologically lay down the facts, what has happened. In the same NDTV, we've got a thing saying that please do not involve God in the name of politics. But still, the gentleman, Mr. Naidu and Mr. Kalyan, who appears to be Sanatani, but we claim a fake Sanatani, went on telling that there's an animal fat. The bottom of the fact here is the animal fat spurred the sentiment of the people. Otherwise, this wouldn't have taken a national, intervention, because this has happened not for the first time.
But boss, you are trying to focus only on animals fat without looking at the larger issue of adulteration and corruption. Some would argue that.
Let's first lay down that fact. There is no animal fat whatsoever, Raghav, right? Let's agree to that fundamental fact. I hold the report in my hand, which is given by CBI charge sheet. There is no animal fat. Underline that there is no animal fat, because that did hurt the.
But there was no ghee either, Mr. Reddy. There was no ghee, right?
On that without looking at the.
There was no ghee either. So clearly there was adulteration.
The question, okay, now once we lay down the fact,
what was there in that laddus if it was not ghee, right?
Because the second thing is, now let's objectively take it. No, just give me a minute. It's very sensitive topic.
One second, you can come.
Deepak, just hold on a moment. Let Karthik finish his point. Deepak, hold on a moment, please. Let Karthik finish his point, please. Go ahead, Karthik.
Yeah. And then the second myth, I want to bust a few myths today. The second myth is Mr. Kalyan told that for Sri Rama temple, the laddus have been adulterated and given. That's also not fact, because I'm holding TTD EO's report in my hand saying that this has been given by my home Rameshwar. That's also a myth that is busted. The second, let's come back to the bottom of the fact. There is this Hearst diary, where if I see this Hearst diary, that is nothing but Bole Baba. I have 26th of June 2018 report in my hand, which is from TTD's executive order, and I can also send to NDTV, saying that it was on 26 June 2018, Raghav, where Hearst diaries has been first given permission, where the TDP government was there. After this, around 2019, the first order has taken place, and there was 82,000 liters of ghee that has been procured. I have TTD executive orders in my hand. and dated 19th of April 2019, where this whole...
Okay, that's a point well made. But remember that in 2022, Mysuru CFTRI also pointed out to the presence of adulterated stuff in ghee, and clearly there was no action that was taken. But Deepak, do you think that the TDP went too far with regard to this? Because clearly this was an emotive issue. Do you think that some caution would have been better on your side?
Vasudha and Veera, I would like a minute because there's so much of false information that is being spread by YCP. The people of India and the devotees of Lord Venkateshwara deserve to know what the truth is. So I would like to lay down a list of events. By that, everybody, it will be clear. The CIT report, which came out in 16/7/24 and 23/7/24, page number 35, which is part of the charge sheet, clearly says that it is adulterated ghee with animal fats and vegetable oil. You can check it. It's part of the charge sheet. Now let's come to the facts. After the CIT was formed, we started going into all the details. The tender document which these people have given out, they have relaxed the rules to accommodate this kind of a fraud to happen. Then they started discontinuing milk ghee being taken from Karnataka government milk dairy, which gives quality. And at that very particular point, the government dairy said, if you're giving it at such low rates, it will be adulterated. Please be careful. They were cautioned. And a Mysuru report which came out, which clearly said it was adulterated. And when they were in power, they did not take any action on that. And if you see, the lab which was there in TTD was shut down during their tenure. And even the people who were making the laddu then, they have complained saying that there's some type of a foul smell coming from the ghee, which was again brushed aside and they did not take any action. Now let's come. Once the CIT was formed, they physically verified the premises of these dairies, and they didn't have the capacities to make ghee there. Clearly, the plant didn't have the capacity, and they didn't have the supporting dairies to supply them the milk. And it is very clear. So they went into the paperwork. There was a trial of chemicals which were used, and now there is evidence. There is a money trail also. And now these people shamelessly,
because I need to objectively answer. I need to objectively answer.
So many questions there. Karthik, respond to that.
Apologize.
Yeah, this is so sensitive because they stop at page 35. I so pity the IQ of Mr. Lokesh and the IQ of TDP is so low. They stopped at page 35. If you further go, it's been clearly written in the report saying that there is nothing whatsoever where SITs, scientific evidences have been diminished with the fact that beta testosterone levels are so good so that there's no animal fat there. They stopped at page 35.
An SIT which went to the bottom of this matter, isn't it?
This gentleman is
But
not from politics.
the point is that, so they're selectively taking page 35. So, Mr. Lokesh, who's from Stanford, that do not understand plain English. You don't understand plain English, and they claim he's from Stanford. Okay, let's get to that point. Why this is so important? Raghav and Vasudha, I got to get time because Deepak is interrupting me. This is very sensitive topic. They're burning the homes of our. They're burning the homes.
I'll give both of you 1
Let him
minute
finish
each.
his point. We'll get to you.
Hang on. The fight's getting very intense. I understand that it's an emotive issue, but I think there are points to be made on both sides. Let's make concise points. 1 minute 30 seconds to you, Karthik Yellapragada, and then I will give 1 minute 30 seconds exact to Deepak as well to finish his arguments. Quickly, 1 minute 30 seconds sharp, and I will interrupt you at the end of it, Karthik. 1 minute 30 seconds starting now.
Please do. Mr. Naidu and Mr. Kalyan do not owe an apology to Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy in Andhra Pradesh, but to the entire Hindu community in this world. Because after Supreme Court's intervention, they're keeping the hoardings everywhere, and they're asking people to tweet the same thing. I have why are they actually keeping hoardings in the state of Andhra Pradesh, who's giving the communal violence in the state? After Supreme Court of orders, isn't that a contempt of court? The second thing is they're saying that the policies have been refined. We're questioning, after the policies have been refined, was there even one new procurement agency that has come in? Both Hertz diaries and all the agencies were brought in by TDP, and even the four tankers. Again, this very important point I want to tell to the country, that the 4 tankers that have been rejected, the same tankers came again as per CRPC 164 in the charge sheet attached. That's a big crime that TDP is committing. The same tankers were allowed back into the temple.
respond now.
The same tankers were allowed back into the temple.
Okay,
What is
Karthik,
that?
let Deepak respond.
No, I'll finish it up. See, it's absolutely clear. When they came in, they changed the tender conditions to enable themselves to do this fraud, and it is on paper. The Karnataka government diary, which was giving quality material, was discontinued. So you trust a private company and discontinue a government company. And then it is absolutely clear when they went to the plant didn't have capacities, and paperwork in the plant has made it clear that they bought these chemicals, and there is a money trail and absolute records that are clearly showing that there was a fraud which took place, and it is not a pure ghee, which was purely contaminated and with chemicals. So here, one thing I would like to raise, basic question, 16 liters of milk is required for 1 kg of ghee. And if you take a costing, it will be around 900. If they're getting it at such a low price, obviously it is contaminated. It doesn't take any rocket science. And this gentleman, Mr. Karthik, doesn't belong to the state of Andhra Pradesh. He just reads out the paper, whatever is being sent by his party. So you cannot escape the fraud which has been done. Okay. It is on paper. So tomorrow you guys, guys behind this are going to go to jail. There is a proper trial and there is a proper record. You cannot escape. Right. You have cheated the people of India, and you have played with the emotions.
All right, I think all of us can.
Tirupati Devasthanam.
All right, I will only focus on having my Tirupati Laddu the next time I get one. But thanks to both of you for joining us here on the show this evening.